It is Donnerstag. Wait, it is Donnerstag. Today is Thursday. Um, Montag, Dienstag, Mittwoch, Donnerstag, Freitag, Samstag, Sonntag. In Germany. In German. I say in Germany. I've been wishing and hoping that I can one day visit Germany, and I don't know why, but it is what it is. Montag, Dienstag, Mittwoch, Donnerstag, Freitag, Samstag, Sonntag. Those are the days of the week in Deutsch, in German. And in Espanol, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, y domingo. The days of the week. So I wanted to come in and let you guys know how I'm doing after my doctor's visit yesterday. So for the doctor's visit yesterday, they did have to access my port to take labs, and that's just going to be a regular thing that they have to do now. They have to keep up with my Hey Lynn's Life Lessons. Hello, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. I saw some bikes like the one you have, and I was like, those things look hard to control. They look hard to control. But I wanted to just give an update on what's going on with me. So I basically have to get used to doing a lot of labs. Every time I come in, they're going to have to check my white blood cell counts, my hemoglobin, my red blood cell count, also my iron, potassium, all of that has to be checked. But everything looked good yesterday. Everything looked good. Even the whole graft versus host disease thing. I've been doing good. I've been doing good. I hope you've been doing good. I hope you've been doing well. I sometimes feel really, really tired out of nowhere, and sometimes I feel kind of like sad about it. Like I wish I could get up and chase my babies and clean down the house like I used to and everything, but I just can't sometimes. Like, and on my good days I try to get it in. On my good days I try to get up early in the morning, clean everything down, wash laundry if I have to, and then it catches up with me later. Thank you. Yep, it catches up with me later. So they did tell me that my lab work looks good. They want me to keep an eye on my skin, because that is where some people who have gone out so far like I have without having any major issues, sometimes we may start to see things in our skin. So they want me to look out for rashes, and right now I'm just like I'm peeling like a snake or something. Like I get these spots where I'm peeling, but it's not a rash or anything. I just feel tight, like I'm trying to shed skin or something, and that's kind of irritating too, because sometimes I feel like if I stretch really good, it'll stop, but it doesn't. I can get up, I can stretch, I can drink my water and everything, but that tightness is still there. Hey, Life of Tasharia. So I let the PA know that I'm still feeling that tightness, but when she looked at my lab work, she was like, everything looks good. Like, y'all, they were saying they don't even see like a piece of any of the Philadelphia strand. They don't see any issues. As a matter of fact, they want me to cut back on the amount of magnesium I'm taking. I was hey, I was taking 3 magnesium pills in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening. So now they want me to cut back on that and take 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, and cut back on the ones in the evening. There was another medication, I forgot the name of it, that they took me off also, but I still have to take that Panatinib. Y'all know that's the main, it's called a TKI. but it's kind of like a little chemo pill. And they wanted me to keep taking that because the first bone marrow biopsy that they did after my transplant, they still saw a little bit of that Philadelphia strand. But now that they don't see the Philadelphia strand anymore at all, they still want me to keep taking it for a little bit, and then they're slowly but surely going to try to, I know, right? They're slowly but surely going to try to wean me off of the ponatinib. And it was another medication that I got to stay on, and I kind of hate this medicine. I forgot the name of it also, but it's another one that protects my organs. But while it's protecting my organs, it causes me to have these moments where I'm hungry, but when the food is in front of me, I feel like I can't eat it, or I feel like I can only eat maybe half, or something like that. So they're going down on all the, y'all know I got a bag of medication that I have to take, and the bag is starting to dwindle down a little bit. I'm not having to take as much, and I think, now I may be wrong, I think what kind of helps me is that I'm chasing my babies all day. I actually bring them over to the homestead and I let them run around, and I'm running around with them. I'm trying to play little quirky games with them. Then when we get back in the car, I try to read like 5 more books to them before we take off. So that's how I've been breaking down. I don't know if y'all follow my other channel, but Renee's Real World is my other channel, and I've been trying to read 20 plus books to them every day, which is hard, especially if you got a lot to do. But I actually think that having responsibilities helps keep my mental intact. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn's Life. I actually think that because when I was to the point where they didn't want me to really be around my babies, for one period of time after I had the transplant, they didn't want me around people at all. I had to be in total isolation. The only 2 people I could be around were my caregivers, and they couldn't even like touch me or anything. I couldn't even use the same restroom as people in the house, so I had to have one restroom designated for me. Now, when I was going through that, it started to mess with me mentally, because I was just always in isolation. But now that I can at least be around the kids, I still can't be like lovey-dovey and everything, but now it's giving me something to do. It's giving me responsibility. And then learning languages, since I can't garden, and they did tell me that I may be able to start gardening next month. They're going to make sure my numbers are still where they need to be. Mama's handprint, hey. So they're going to make sure that my numbers are good enough to get back in the soil. But even then, they said I still have to protect myself because of the things that you could breathe in when you're out there in the garden. And they gave me a lot of tips and things that everybody should be watching out for. But yeah, so if I'm able to get back out in the garden, they want me to wear gloves, they want me to wear a mask, because they say when you're out there digging up in the dirt, even if you're using a tool or anything, they say it's things that can come up that you breathe in, and they don't want me to use certain chemicals. They said please do not use any Roundup. He stressed that don't use any Roundup. So I'm not a big fan of using a lot of sprays and stuff anyway, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. What else? I may be able to get another vaccination soon. So I don't know if y'all remember, but at first they told me I had the immune system of a newborn baby. So they want me to get all my immunizations that I received when I was a kid. They want me to get all of them all over again, because they wiped all of my cells out before I had the transplant. So I've already received a few of my immunizations, and I have to wait a little bit before I get the next shots. And then I can get the flu shot. Now I can get the flu shot. You hear them back there. They are just, it's a twin thing, I guess. But anyway, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Everything looked good. I was so happy to get it. When they was telling me, when the PA was telling me about my labs looking good, I was just ready to get out of there. I'm not even gonna pretend. I was ready to get out of there. I was like, okay, and I was just ready. But she was still going down the list of, so, have you been feeling tired? Have you had any headaches? Any difficulty eating? Like, she wanted to go down the list, even though she said she saw everything look great. She wanted to look at my arms. She checked my breathing. And I got to get another shot of chemo, y'all. My doctor ordered for me to have another lumbar puncture with a little bit of chemo. She just kept saying a little bit of chemo in there. And I have to have another bone marrow biopsy just so they can see where I'm at for before my 365 days are up. So, yes, God is so amazing. I've been through so much, and it's like, now that I look back on some of my old videos and some of my pictures, I'm like, I can't believe I went through all of that. But I did. It was rough, and here I am. So and I was actually able to meet two people who went through the exact same, they are currently going through the exact same thing that I was going through. You okay? You okay? Let me pass him one of his books. This is one of his favorite books. I got one twin that just loves books. There you go. So I was able to meet other people who are currently being diagnosed or was recently diagnosed, and they said that my story encouraged them, and that watching me motivated them to, one girl said it made her want to get rid of her walker. Yes, that's what they was telling me. They said stay away from Roundup. Stay away from Roundup. So I asked them if they had like a print up or anything, because last time when they told me certain foods to stay away from, they actually gave me a booklet. So they still want me to stay away from raw onion. It was something else. Raw onion and the fountain drinks. They say keep the fountain drinks to a limit. You know, because they say some restaurants do not clean out those fountain machines good, and it can harbor mold inside of the back tubing. So they want me to be very careful about drinking those. They say if I really feel like I really need to drink something out of the fountain drinks, don't make it a habit. They don't want me to drink fountain drinks like on a daily basis. So it was a couple of things that they were just trying to remind me that I still have the immune system of a baby, but it's like I'm growing now. So I was happy to get that good news on yesterday. I was not happy about the traffic going back home, but it took me over an hour to get back home to my babies, and then I had to take them, and then I had to do an evaluation for them because they will be starting ABA therapy soon. And ABA and speech therapy. So yeah, that was a pretty rough day yesterday. And yes, health is wealth. And she was asking me, she said, do you still exercise? And I was like, yes. And she was like, whoa. And then one of my PAs, she was laughing at me because I told her I still do my jumping jacks. And she was like, did you do 200? Because they knew when I did the 200. I actually asked them before I start like a challenge or anything, I asked them, do they think it would be okay? And if they give me the go ahead, they know I go all the way in. I'm a very, well, I used to be a very athletic type of person. I love getting outside. I love just moving constantly. So they know that I'm not the type that just want to sit and have everybody do everything for me. So when I started asking like, okay, can I do something now? Can I start back working out? Can I do something? Can I drive myself now? They was laughing at me. They thought it was hilarious. But at the same time, like I said, like some people who are in the office, they feel like it's motivation. One of the patients was like, I just, when I saw you keep coming in here like this, it made me want to put my walker down. And I was like, now if you need the walker, use the walker. Please don't say you tried to walk without the walker, or because you saw me walking without a walker. And we laughed because I told her, I said, they tried to give me one, but it wasn't cute. That's the only reason why I didn't take it, because it was like the gray metal like walker that doesn't even fold or anything. It's just a walker. It didn't have a seat on it or nothing. And so she laughed at me with that, because I was like, if I'm gonna have a walker, I want it to be cute at least, be something that I could at least throw in the back seat, or something like the kind that you could fold and toss to the back. But she was she said that I encourage her when she see me all the time, but truth be told, she encouraged me, because to hear that somebody is being ministered to just by watching me walk into the doctor's office, just by seeing me doing what I regularly do, that tells me to keep going. That tells me to keep going, because you never know who's watching you. So sometimes when us patients are sitting out there, we get to talking to each other, and sometimes we tell each other our stories, or how we were diagnosed, or what signs, what symptoms we had. And it's good hearing other people's stories, because I felt like I wasn't alone. Because one of the guys that was there, his story was similar to mine, where he was always working and everything, and he just felt like maybe he was just working too hard and he was just tired. So that's how I was. I just felt like maybe I just need a one day of a break or something like that. But I kept pushing myself, and did not know the whole time that it was leukemia. I was working like 12-hour shifts, and I started getting these bruises. It wasn't rashes, it was like bruising. I was getting bruises like on my legs, arms, and I also had got a bruise on my back at one time, and we thought it was from a bug bite or something. Thank you. Thank you, Mama's handprint. So I just try to tell people, like, hey, if you see something different going on with your body, pay attention. I started to notice that I always wanted sweets, sweets. It's like I was craving it, and I did not realize at the time that that was something I should have been taking notice to, because I used to wear braces as a kid, so I did not eat sweets for a long time, and I didn't have a sugar craving for years, and then all of a sudden I just started craving sugar. Did not know that that was a flag. That was a red flag. I did not know that me feeling tired after just doing something simple was a red flag, but it was. So I just wanted to let you guys know that my doctor's visit that I had yesterday went really good. They are only going to start seeing me now once a month at this doctor's office, because you always got to go to all those different specialists and stuff. I still got to see my endocrinologist and my primary care and all that, just so that they can get all my information and everything. And I know, right? It's awesome. So yeah, after yesterday, I just feel really good about my update. The only thing I'm not too happy about is the fact that I do have to get another bone marrow biopsy, and I also have to get another lumbar puncture with a little bit of chemo. But it's like the workup, the things that I did before my transplant, I have to do them again now at the end of my 1-year mark. So I also have to do a respiratory breathing test. They're going to check my lungs and everything. They just want to make sure everything is good after the 1-year mark from my transplant. So that's about it, y'all. I am going to read to my boys and we're going to leave. But I wanted to drop in just to let you guys know how I was doing. No, I won't be dancing and jumping around today because I am still tired from yesterday. But I'm going to give my body the break that it needs. And y'all will see more of me probably tomorrow, probably this weekend. Y'all will see more of me. I'm coming back in full effect, but this was just a busy week for me with all the evaluations and doctor visits and all that good stuff. But y'all will see more of me. I'm still in the YouTube streets. I'm still watching y'all, but it's too much going on for me to like be setting up a camera and doing all that extra. But until next time, y'all know how I do it. Gracias por ver. Danke fürs Schauen. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye.